Sorry.
No, you're good. Send your heart faces and your kissy faces, and then we'll finish.
All right, bro. I don't want to hear it, bro. I. What's up with you, man?
So you got puked on at the bar?
Wow, that is where we are starting. Welcome everybody to A Dose of Reality. It's Kid ISO,
Like steel?
and yes, I got puked on at the bar.
Was it like a exorcism projectile vomit, or did she just kind of spit up on you like a baby?
A little bit of like a spit up, but like a decent amount.
So what happened?
I was at the bar waiting on a couple friends, and I was like, I'm gonna get myself a nice cold beer because all day I was like, I just want a nice ice cold beer at the bar listening to some music.
And that's what you do when you go to a bar. You buy alcohol,
Absolutely. So I went in there, um, and I, got my beer,
right?
maybe took a few sips out of it. I maybe been in this place for 10, 15 minutes. And my back is to the bar, because I was, facing the door because I'm looking for my homies when they come in so I can greet them and be like, yo, like this is where I'm at, blah blah blah. We can make moves.
Right.
Um, and so I'm turning around, I'm sipping my beer, and I see these three girls. And there's one girl in the middle kind of being led out. You can tell she's really drunk, and her two friends, and they're trying to kind of guide her out the door, and she's kind of, still trying to say hi to people or
Right.
whatever.
Because
And
she knows everybody in that bar.
I'm sure.
She frequents.
And so I am standing there, and she just, you know, walks by and kind of stops and just, puked on me. And
She tooted on you?
no, she puked on me.
She puked on you.
Yeah, she yacked on me.
Yacked on
And
you.
just all over my shoes and my
The walk.
yeah, all over my shoes and my the bottom of my pants. A little bit got on my jacket.
That's
Um,
disgusting.
and
That
I just
that's absolutely
Yeah,
disgusting.
no, it was awful. And my friend was like, "Oh my god, I'm so fucking sorry." And she's like, "Please, can the bartender hand me some napkins?" So she was trying to wipe it off a little bit.
Right.
And I was just like, "Hey, like, I think you should just get your friend out of here. It's all good. Like, no worries." So bartender sees it, and he's like, "Did you want another drink for free?" And I'm like, "Actually, you can just close out my tab. I'm going home."
Right. Of course.
And yeah, my night is over. And he was like, you know what, bro? I'm not gonna charge you for that beer, dude. I feel so bad. He's like, don't worry about it. Your check is nothing, bro. Just have a good night. So I'm leaving out, and the security was like had saw the whole thing basically, and
Right.
I'm standing outside waiting for my Uber, about to go home, trying to like wipe this nastiness off of me. And he's like, "Hey man, I don't know if you're gonna come back, but if you do, don't worry about it. Usually, like there's a a cover charge later on in the evening, but if you come back, and you want to get changed or whatever, I don't know how close you are to here, but you don't have to worry about it. I know your face. I won't make nobody make you pay."
Yeah, I know that fucking face.
And I said, no, I'm good, bud. I'm going home.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
And I'm gonna take a shower, and I'm going to go to sleep and hope this night um is over. So yeah, that's exactly what I did.
So I want to tell you that I feel bad for you, but I absolutely don't.
No, you
I don't
don't.
feel bad at all.
Not
You
even
know,
a
an
little bit.
embarrassing moment like that can happen to anybody, and I'm glad it happened to you. So let's cut and hit some intro music. That woman gunned you down.
Oh,
She gunned you
absolutely.
down with her puke, and I'm not gonna lie. How long has it been since that happened?
A few days.
I can still smell it.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
I know. I'm glad these audio and visual listeners at home can't see it or smell it or be part of it. I'm glad they can't because they wouldn't want to be part of this situation. But I
Uh,
appreciate you enlightening us all with your tragic embarrassment.
no, I mean I wasn't really that embarrassed.
It sounds like you were pretty embarrassed. You said, "Close my tab out. I'm going home."
I no, I wasn't embarrassed. I was more pissed off than anything because like I dead ass really did not necessarily want to go out that night, but
Right.
like people had told me like, "Hey, let's go out." Like motherfuckers I hadn't been out with in a while, so I was like, you know what? I'll go. I'll be out. and I get there first, and that happens, and I'm like, bruh, like I could have dead ass stayed at home and drank my red wine and kicked it, and now I'm going home. I'm gonna still drink that same red wine, except now I smell like fucking throw up. So
Let's pretend like that didn't sound a little fruity. Did you not see any red signs or like any flags or anything when this girl was trying to touch up on everybody before she was getting dragged out of the bar? Maybe like, hey, like let's move out the way.
I mean, yeah, but like I'll be honest with you, I've seen people be drunker than that and like had to be let out of the bar or the club or whatever, and they also didn't throw up on me. So I just thought like,
Maybe she wouldn't.
yeah, I didn't think that, throw up was something that was gonna happen at that point. So
I think now would be the best time for you to go cast for the new Exorcist movie that's coming out.
oh, absolutely. No.
Honestly, I mean, maybe you could just be the guy that gets thrown up on, like, repeatedly, like, all day. Like, if they had, like, rehearsal all day, they were shooting all day, and just back to back to back, just got Nickelodeon slimed.
Mm, no, I'm okay. I think I'm good.
They'd probably pay you a lot of money for that.
And to that young lady, no hard feelings.
Oh, there's hard feelings.
No, no hard feelings.
No,
Everybody gets drunk.
there's the hardest feelings.
Everybody gets drunk.
Not
Don't
like
feel
that.
so bad.
Not like that.
I've never thrown up on anybody, but again, that's just me.
When I was in high school, there was this girl, um, her name was Allie.
Mm.
And I was over at my buddy's house, and we all were having a couple drinks, and all of a sudden, this girl I had gotten to this soiree late, and this person of female descent runs out of the sliding back door and makes her way straight to the grass, pulls her pants down, and just starts peeing. And
Mm.
I'm I'm not trying to look, but it's like, when something crazy like that happens, somebody's running outside like there's something detrimental happening right now, like the house is on fire, and she had ran out just to pull her pants down to squat and pee on the ground, and she wasn't even squatting and peeing on the ground, she was sitting on the ground, grass in her ass, and just peeing on the
Oh,
dirt,
that's awful.
and I'm sitting there talking to a friend of mine, and of course, in the midst of all this, I look like a car accident, you don't wanna look, you just have to,
Right, to see what happened.
and when I looked, for that split second, I had seen my whole life flash before my eyes, bro, because that was the biggest piece of hair I've ever seen on a crotch in my life. In my
Mm.
life, bro. Like, no, like, it took 70s bushes to a whole new level. Like,
She had
when
a
Homer
forest.
Simpson is going in and out of the bush when he's trying to be that weirdo,
Yes.
that's exactly what it looked like. The
Jesus
vagina just
Christ.
trying to peer out of the bush. Nothing but the eyes.
Mm. That's that's a little scary.
I know, and for that girl at home, I really hope you shave that.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, but some people like a little jungle fever.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Not me.
Well, that's usually meant for like white guys who like black people. But talking
That's the
about
term, isn't it?
jungle fever, I think so. Which is actually fucked up and actually like sounds racist as shit now that I'm fucking saying it out
Right? Because
loud.
I'm pretty sure if like I told like a black girl I have jungle fever, I would be looked at as a racist.
Oh yeah, she smacked the fuck out you
You think
probably.
she'd smack me?
Smack the dog shit out of you. What did the five fingers say to the face head has?
Yeah. Yeah.
Smack the shit out of you. No, speaking of women, the NCAA Women's National Championship, the sports world was probably the most excited about women's basketball
Yeah.
that
I'm
I've seen in a long time.
gonna say nobody gets excited about women's
Hey,
basketball.
usually they don't, but this tournament was very interesting. Obviously, there was a star
This
that
is
was
like a
made.
March Madness tournament.
March Madness.
Okay.
And there was a star that was made named Caitlin Clark. She balled out. She had the first 40-point triple double in an NCAA March Madness game,
Yep.
and not just for women ever. Like nobody ever had 40-point triple double ever in a March Madness game. So I mean, she went crazy, but there was a whole controversy because after the game yesterday, LSU One of the players, Angel Reese, I believe is her name.
Angel Reese.
Yeah, she's a
You know that
dog.
was gonna be my name?
That was gonna be your name,
Well, not the Reese part, but
but Angel.
the Angel, yeah.
If you know this man in real life, you know why that's funny as fuck.
No, it's
Anyway,
listen. You know, like when you went to school and you had to do that one thing that like in the beginning of the class, like the first day of school, first week, you kind of like introduce yourself to all
right,
the classmates and stuff like that. And obviously the older you get, the less people participate.
right.
But I mean, yeah, that was my thing, bro. The one thing is that I was adopted, and then the other thing is that my name used to be Angel. But I tell everybody, like, if you called me Angel, like we're probably gonna have some problems just because I just don't like the name.
Anyway, so Iowa, LSU,
NCAA, LCU, LSD.
LSU, and Iowa. They played. LSU put a ass whooping on Iowa like it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Um, and obviously LSU is a primarily black team. Iowa's a primarily white team.
Is it region based? Is that why?
No,
Okay.
it's just kind of
Just what it is.
just what it
That's
is.
who they chose. They're like, you know what, we're gonna just have the best team.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, basically, Caitlin
It
Clark
doesn't seem
in a
fair.
few games before had been doing the "You Can't See Me,"
Yeah, John Cena.
the John Cena, the Tony
Yeah.
Yayo actually,
The to-
um,
is that who did it first?
yeah, Tony Yayo
Okay.
did it first.
Oh
So,
wow. And everybody remembers John Cena.
John Cena, it's fucked
Yeah.
up
Okay.
actually. So
Yo, got it. I
she
got
was
that
doing
sack.
that. She was doing that to some of her other opponents after she had won a game or whatever. She was walking off. She was doing that.
Okay.
So Angel Reese, after like they was talking this whole game,
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin's running her shit
Yeah.
and Shorty's running her shit. She's doing a too small every time she scores
Oh,
small.
Scrappy Doo.
Yeah. So like finally, like at the end of the game, she was, doing the "You Can't See Me" to Shorty. Hey,
Yeah.
you can't see me. Ooh,
Right.
ring me,
Right.
ring
Right.
me.
Where's my ring?
And everybody, of course, oh, this is so fucked up. Like, no sportsmanship, no class, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, huh? Oh, this is why this shit has been entertaining. This is the only
Yeah.
reason why. Because these girls have been showing a competitive nature that a fire, they've been taunting, the games have looked great, the sport is at its highest, and when we finally get some drama, some people who actually give a fuck about the game, you got people saying bad sportsmanship. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I was always curious why women's basketball and like their higher ups just didn't allow them to be women.
Yeah,
Because I feel like that's like something that they're just naturally good at doing is hyping
exactly.
the situation up.
Absolutely. And so
So
it's
why would you take that away when you're trying to get funding? That doesn't make any
exactly. You're
sense to me.
trying to build the drama of the sport. That's why sports is entertaining for people. It's not just the play on the field. It's the drama behind it. It's
Right.
this guy got traded. What is he gonna do when he goes to see his new team?
Right.
These guys were friends, and then this one guy went to another team. So now we're gonna play the narrative that they're enemies. Like, it's like we celebrate trash talking and we celebrate showmanship unless it's women. And that shit just doesn't really make sense to me. Like, we want this game. I'm a person who would love the WNBA and women's basketball as a whole to be a lot more viewed and a lot more popular because again, I just think it brings more basketball and I'm always for more basketball.
Yeah.
And also like these people want to get paid. This is the way they would get paid is by viewership being up, not being down. Nobody want to see no boring ass, oh, shake hands, sportsmanship. You guys fought so hard.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. That shit is lame as fuck. That old Jolly G Whiz shit, man. Fuck out of here, bro.
Like I was saying, bro, when it comes down to that situation, it's rough. It's rough because it's like they should have that element for better entertainment, but now why do we have to find entertainment in something that's already entertaining? I mean, you're watching the sport itself.
Right,
You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of people go to watch the games to not even watch the game, just to be there for the ambiance. A lot of people go to the games like you and go there fourth quarter or whatever and just watch the end of the game already teed up.
right,
Like some people go to the game to be there from front to end because they're watching the sport. And I don't think that those people are really sitting there and engaging so much in the drama as everybody else is, essentially. So I don't know. Definitely need better elements and maybe better uniforms when it comes down to the women's basketball.
Absolutely. I think they should get them those old school NBA shorts,
Yeah,
like the
definitely.
real short
Right,
short
right, right.
ones.
Definitely.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I mean, why can't you dress them as nice as you dress your cheerleaders? You know, it'd
Exactly.
be really funny if there was just like male cheerleaders at NBA
That
games.
would be hilarious. This
Puff game,
thing that I that we should go to and maybe get some content of called Buns and Basketball.
buns in basketball.
Yeah, and there's these girls who are like all thick as hell that
Who's got
just
big
play
butts?
basketball in like thongs and
See, but
and bras.
I'm curious though. Like, why isn't WNBA like that though? I'm not. No, listen, listen to what I'm saying. Hear me out. I'm not saying like the complete exposure, but I mean when Brittany Griner and MJ look similar, you know what I mean? Like in body composition, it's kind of rough to for me to differentiate.
He said Brittany Griner and MJ. I'm crying. Yo, what's wrong with you, man?
That's how I'm feeling about it.
Yo, there is this
There's two pictures where MJ and Brittany Griner are doing the exact same thing. MJ had clothes in his picture. Brittany Griner did not.
that's
And
crazy.
they still have the same body composition.
That
I'm
is
just
insane.
and I'm not making fun of in no way. I'm just saying that, you know, it's this is women's basketball.
Right.
Let's have women play.
Yeah. Ooh, you funny guy.
I'm just saying you don't see personal trainers not being fit when
No,
they're
I have.
training people. No, because then they're not personal trainers for very long. And I'm not talking about personal trainers at Planet Fitness. I'm talking about personal trainers like at a gym, a real gym. You know what I'm saying? If you pay for a personal trainer, then you would expect that they would know how to train you. I'm not saying that, you know what I mean? It's not okay to, you know, have a little bit more meat.
Yo, what's
But when
up
it
with
comes
you,
down to
bro?
it, it's like do the job that you're expected to do. And I understand, like I said before, I probably just contradicted myself when it comes down to you know, they that people should be focusing on the sport and not all the other elements. But I mean, if you want people to be entertained, you want people to watch the program, I mean, at least have people that are fit for the job. I mean, it's not like they're that good anyway.
I mean, no, man.
We could sit here and toss our hands up all day, but it's like that. I think Mr. B said it best, bro. And obviously, he's just a content creator,
Okay.
but he said it best when he said, you know, he posted hundreds of videos that got no views, and he thought that he deserved those views. But he realized now that those videos did not deserve those views,
Right.
and there's a reason why. So WNBA, if you want people to start watching, then get people to start watching.
Right.
Like, there's no
Absolutely.
rocket science behind it. There's people that are higher up that are able to make these decisions, and they choose not to.
Yeah.
So it's like if everybody's going to get on the crypto kick, might as well start making your business a little bit more entertaining so people can actually sit there and watch.
Yeah, 2030, your boy is buying an NBA WNBA team, so
2030?
yeah.
That's when or was it 2025? No, 2025 is when California is planning on to have all electric cars. All electric cars. They can't even clean up their homeless population, but they want to get electric cars. Thank you, Elon Musk.
Yeah, I swear, yo, California be so ass backwards on every fucking thing, bro.
One thing I wanted to mention, I didn't want to talk about for too long, was the fact that obviously the government is trying to get TikTok taken down.
Banning
Um,
TikTok.
but obviously it's been happening for the last couple of years now. They're saying that China's spying on us. They're able to get into our phone. They're able to take files from us. They're able to read files. They're able to do all this stuff. And the only thing that I wanted to mention about it was it's the whole situation's really sticky because it's funny for the government to be sitting here telling us, oh, China's doing this, China's doing this, China's doing that. But at the end of the day, the government has been in sync with all these social media companies since they were created, and they've been selling people's information for years.
Hmm.
So to sit here and play advocate, you know what I mean? It's like that whole situation is just another way to manipulate the people, you know, because it's like if you guys were already stealing our information and selling it to other people, and now China's doing the same thing, just fighting fire with fire at that point. So if you guys are going to take TikTok down, then you might as well take TikTok down and stop talking about it. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like at this point, there's really no message behind it. There's just we're the government and we can do what we want to do, and you guys can't do what you want to do, and now we're here. It's just funny to me. That's the only thing I wanted to bring up. Like I said, I didn't want to talk about it for too long, but it's
Absolutely.
an
No.
interesting conversation.
I think it's pretty funny. Again, I always laugh because how most of the people in that are high up in government that are really making decisions are so detached from the reality that we live in today that it's just funny that we're allowing them to continue making decisions because they
Right.
don't know. They are 50, 60, 70 years old. And I challenge anybody to go to their grandmother and try to explain all of the technology things
Yeah.
that we know and that we do on a normal basis. She's going to look at you like you're crazy. Yes, she may know how to call and text and do some basic shit, but once you actually start telling her about all the other things on social media and this thing and podcasting and making music and blah 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 and this and that, she's not going to know. You're going to have to explain everything from base value. So imagine that everybody who's making decisions for us in the government are the ages or older than most of our grandparents,
Yeah.
and they have no idea how none of this shit works. They're literally just going off of what they read. And again, what they read are usually written by people who are just as old as them and are again detached from the reality that we all live. So it's just, I always say, government, you do what you can.
Yeah.
I don't think that the government necessarily bothers like my everyday day-to-day life, but I kind of just try to ignore them and just do what I got to do cuz at the end of the day, like, fuck, I'm going to be relying on the government for it. Like, fuck.
Exactly. Exactly.
Get your own, figure out what's going on out here and you know,
Hey, just like Putin, man. Just like Elon said, I challenge some of these officials, man to man, no weapons.
a-
Choose your weapon.
and if you're
Contact.
black and you don't vote Democrat, then you ain't black.
That shit's ridiculous.
Make your vote for Richard Johnson today.
Dick Johnson. So something crazy that I heard recently was you can't go for a certain amount of time without ejaculating. Like it's just physically impossible.
Really.
Yeah, like I heard that it's between like 20 and 25 days
And like what happens? Like do you just like ejaculate
in
or
your sleep. Wake up,
oh, it's like
sticky.
a wet dream.
Like what Kevin Gates talks about sometimes.
So it's like a wet dream.
He said he's about the prolonging, there's a name for it. What's the name? Where you like prolong your
Blue
ejaculation?
balls?
No, bro. That no. The when you prolong, there's edging, edging. So he's a big edger.
Never heard of that one.
And yeah, so edging, if you didn't know what edging was, edging is something that you, when you're having sex,
Mhm.
you'll constantly pull back,
So you don't
so you
oh,
never
that
come.
sounds awful.
So you never come, right?
That
So it
sounds so bad.
sounds like torture, but I
Yeah.
guess the release is supposed to be
Like immaculate?
magnificent. Yeah, magnificent. Um,
Mm.
but like I was saying, apparently, you cannot go that long without ejaculating. What about you? What do you think?
I mean, I would say that doesn't sound like cap only because like when I was like younger and shit and like I wasn't like jerking off regularly at all. Like every month or so, I'd have a dream about Beyonce and she'd wake up a little sticky. So it makes sense. Definitely makes sense. I could see that.
What if I told you that I have not ejaculated in 25 years?
I would say that you're a liar.
I'd say you're right.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, I think anybody would say that you're a liar. Anybody that knows you.
Why would you say that though? Why would you call me a liar?
Well, one because you have a kid. So I don't know if there's any way to have one of those without ejaculating.
What if she was adopted? What if I'm one of those people?
No. I know that for sure.
If I did adopt a child, I would want to adopt a little black boy.
You'd have to. I mean, to be honest with you, like, I think if you're gonna adopt, you always have to adopt like an opposite like race.
Yeah.
So like I would adopt a little like UK
Asian?
boy. Oh no 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 no
Asian.
no no no.
No, come on, Asian.
See, you know why I wouldn't want to, adopt a little Asian
All right,
kid?
you go ahead, and I'll tell you why you should adopt an Asian kid. Go ahead.
Because they're gonna grow up like a and like I really think that their height as far as like doing Asian things like being good at math or
Yeah.
playing the piano, like I won't be able to cultivate those skills. They'll just be able to know how to like fry chicken or like talk to a girl that they like.
So you're saying that Asian would be too cold for you?
Yeah.
Hmm. I think that you should adopt an Asian child, or at
Okay.
least a child of Asian descent, because you know what they do to their girls. And on top of that, it wouldn't be bad to have somebody a little bit smarter than you around you all the time, wouldn't it?
Oh no, I mean,
I mean, because Asians by nature are smart.
oh, smart, smart
Right.
as fuck.
Smarter.
I mean, here's the thing. I took a class in college. It was human anatomy, and our professor was this very, very terrible lady. And
Why was she terrible?
she didn't care about teaching us shit, and she just read off the slides and then, just rushed through them, and like that was class.
Maybe
And
she thought
then
that you guys were smart enough to handle that.
oh, and then when you went to go see her in her for office hours because everybody had mandatory a mandatory meeting with her, she basically just insulted you and told you that you should probably try to be in another field.
Have you tried to rub her feet before?
No.
Okay.
But no, when we took this class, there was 97 kids in the class.
97?
97 kids in the class. 91 kids passed. No, 91 kids failed.
Right.
And then there were six people who got higher than a D. And
Those are the Asians.
so, but they didn't let her teach that class anymore because there was like, there's no way everybody's failing this.
Right.
Like, you're just a terrible teacher, which she was. But they didn't fire her because she had a tenure. They just moved her to a different class so she could fuck up other people's lives. So, you know, normal college shit.
I hope that lady does well.
Oh yeah, Dr. Choi. Fuck you, actually.
Dr. Troy, we love you.
I don't. I hope you
I
see
want
this
to
one day.
adopt a little black boy,
Mm-hmm.
but this little black boy cannot be older than 7.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
impossible.
No.
And we've gone through that. It's just I cannot do that.
It
That's
has to be a
impossible.
baby, bro. You have to
Has
get
to
him
be a
as a
baby.
you have to get him as a baby so you can like, mold them. And then you tell
Yeah.
him at like 5 and just be like, "Hey kid, like, you're adopted. Obviously, you don't look like us, but
Yeah.
I love you just the same."
I wouldn't tell him that at all.
You wouldn't say that?
I wouldn't tell him that he's adopted, no.
You would never tell him.
I would never tell him that he's adopted. I would make him for his whole life think that he came out of my nutsack.
That's a dickhead
I
thing.
would let him know. I'd say, "Hey, Charlie,
The kids at his school would tell him that he was adopted, motherfucker. That's exactly what they do. Like, hey, your dad's white?
I would tell him,
Yo, that you're gonna get your kid bullied the shit out of.
listen, I would tell Charles, um, one of your daddy's great grandfathers was Nigerian.
Mm,
Nigerian.
really?
And yeah, no, these are facts.
Mhm.
And with that being said, it had to have skipped a couple generations, but now you're here.
Yeah, and then I had sex with a white woman, and you just came out black.
Well, sometimes two people with brown eyes come out with a child with blue eyes.
Yes, and sometimes two black people can make a white kid, but two white people cannot make a black kid.
Well, I hope that two white kids are not making a black kid. But anyway, I don't know, man. It just seems right. It feels right. It feels right that I shouldn't say anything. Like I was adopted, and my parents always told me like, "Hey, you're adopted. Hey, you're adopted." And I just don't want my son to feel like that.
You didn't like the honesty early,
No.
so you would have rather just never known that you were adopted.
Yeah, creates resentment.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And both my parents were white, so I mean, they could have just lied to me.
They could have,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
Like
I
I'm
mean,
gonna do
like,
with Charlie.
honestly, like, and you
Charles.
kind of like, you could definitely, like, your dad definitely favors you, type shit.
My dad favors me. My
Well,
dad
you,
doesn't like me.
no, I'm talking about like looks wise.
Oh, look.
That's
Oh, you
not
think so?
Yeah, bro, that's not true. He likes you.
Uh, we're not gonna go there. What about you and your dad, huh? Where's he at?
I think I make it a personal mission every time I like text or call my dad to say at least one thing that pisses him off.
Well, if he's watching this right now, Diallo, we love you.
Absolutely. But yesterday I sent him a picture of empty plate that I had just eaten peach cobbler off of, and I was
Yeah,
like, and I know he loves peach cobbler, so I was
right.
like, Man, the peach cobbler's on point. So I just wish you were here, bud, and sent that to him.
You think we'll be able to get that pescatarian on the show one of these days?
Absolutely, for
Mm,
sure. No, we definitely get my pops on the show for sure.
that would be amazing. That would
No,
be amazing. I got respect for your dad.
no, I,
Again, Charles, my beautiful black boy. Why you, why are you laughing at me right now, bro? This is a vulnerable topic. I'm talking about serious shit right now. All I want to do is adopt a small black child. I mean, it's gonna be crazy too
you're
because
gonna get that kid bullied, bro.
bro,
What
I'm
the fuck
six
is
foot.
wrong with you,
Listen, I'm
bro?
6 foot, right?
Right,
I'm a good cushion 6 foot.
right.
I'm pretty sure that's what people that are 5'7" say. Um,
Niggas be lying about their
yeah,
height.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
But
not
I am
gonna
six
lie.
foot. If you want to fact check me, you can. I'll be somewhere. But yeah, dude, I think that it would just be so cool to have a black boy. Think about it. 17, maybe 16. I'll be looking up at him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll be looking up at him. I'll say, "You used to be this big, and now you're this big, and I couldn't be happier." He's gonna ask me. He's gonna be like, "Dad, where do I get my height from?" And I'm gonna be like, "Well, don't you ever ask why you're black?"
Have you
Like,
never has that never crossed your mind?
fuck the height, bro. Like you got great genes, bro. Great
Yeah.
genes. But
I'd be like, yo, is Uncle Aaron my dad? No.
no, no,
No.
no. And then I'm gonna tell him his whole life. The reason why I had you is because I knew that Uncle Aaron and I were such good friends that I had to have something just a little closer just to in case Aaron decides to leave me. You know what I mean? So I could just look at you and maybe that'll be Aaron Jr.
Aaron Jr.
Maybe that'll
Got
be
it.
Aaron Jr.
Got it. No, there's
I don't
our
know. But
uh,
Charles is a good name.
um I really though, you know, don't think that if I was to adopt, I would want to, branch out. I would probably just want to find like a nice, beautiful single mom
Yeah.
and just be like, you know what? Your kids are my kids now.
So you're just gonna pirate ship her essentially and make
Absolutely.
her parlay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a
Absolutely.
partay. All right.
Partay.
For the magic of the hour, how crazy, man. Just a couple days ago, Andrew Tate released
Andrew
from prison.
Tight.
Andrew Tate
Andrew
and
Tight.
his brother, the garbage chicken eaters.
You do not like these guys, huh?
I don't have a problem with them. These guys were arrested on false charges.
Mm-hmm.
Well, false charges because there was no charges. They were just contained. And if you even look into the actual charges that they were arrested for, you'd realize that they were detained under no charges
Mm-hmm.
and that they were just trying to figure out what
They could charge him with.
they could charge them with. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate you. I wouldn't be able to do it if you didn't finish my sentences. Um, so it's crazy. It's crazy to think about. It really is crazy to think about. I mean, these guys, they were essentially on top of the world overnight.
Mm-hmm.
People even started referring them to the Andrew Tate theory,
Top J.
top G. And by the Andrew Tate theory, I mean that, going on all these different podcasts and essentially getting your name out there. And that's how other people started following and doing the same thing after him.
Right.
So it's just crazy. It's crazy to think that, he went from top of the world to getting kicked off of YouTube to now getting big on other people's platforms to getting arrested, to going to prison,
Mm-hmm.
and then coming out with no charges and probably looking better than he ever has.
Well, I think he's still on house arrest.
Okay.
So he is still being detained in the home. But again, they are still kind of searching for charges.
Yeah.
His
But they have to
lawyer
let him go.
actually, yeah, they had to let him out. Their lawyer actually was saying that like they've been detained on trumped up charges, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it's just like, who knows what the real truth of the matter is. And of course, I am the type that's gonna wait to cast judgment on his character. Um, when the verdict comes down and whatever happens happens when there's actual proof that these things that people are trying to say that he did that he actually did. um and I just think it's funny the commentary that you get from like the rest of the world because like
They either love him or hate him.
yeah, and it's like
And it's nothing in between.
And I'm talking about like slob on this nigga's knob love,
Yeah.
or like
Kill him.
literally insulting like
Yeah.
everything
Death
about
threats.
him, death threats type of shit, hate this guy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I didn't ever really think that anything that he said was something that should be to that point of like either like, oh, we adultery love you, or like, like we hate you, we want you to dead, basically. Like I remember he posted a video. I seen somebody say like oh yeah, this piece of shit is out again, we fucking hate you. Nori was saying from Drink Champs was like, ooh, maybe I should get Andrew Tate on Drink Champs, and everybody just killed this nigga like he was Andrew Tate. He's like,
Yeah.
you want your platform shut down. Fuck you. You'll do anything to get some money. It's like,
Right. I just wanted to have a
I just
conversation with the
wanted to
guy.
see. And again, I just like, this is my always my issue with the people who have like such a big issue and they hate this guy and all this. It's like, okay, so one, I never get a real answer on why people hate him. All I get is he's misogynistic. And it's like, okay, so how?
Yeah.
Like, explain to me why you hate this man.
But
And then for the
be
people,
fair, be fair. Things that he says are so controversial that it literally melts people's brains.
yes, but
That's what it comes down
explain,
to.
but see,
But
explain
nobody
what.
can do that though, and nobody will be able to do that because at this point, Andrew Tate has turned himself into an enigma. Okay, where now the name Andrew Tate makes people cringe, or they're like, "Holy shit, this guy!" So no matter what, he has done this to himself, and he did this for good reason. He did this
Absolutely.
on purpose. There was no he knew that the only way that he was gonna make it where everybody was talking about him, just like Jake Paul, where everybody was talking about him for a short period of time, every influencer was talking about him, bad or good, every content creator was talking about him, bad or good, and every person that watched was talking about him, bad or good. He did exactly what he wanted, talking about this three-step plan that he talked about in every single podcast, but then you always just bullshitted. Like, this guy's full of shit. This guy's full of shit.
Right.
But now look at him. He's still a millionaire,
Yeah, still walking around, cut up.
still putting videos out somehow, some way. He's still getting content out there. He's still making money
He's
somehow,
still
some
on
way.
everybody's at the
And
tip of
he's
everybody's tongue.
and he's still on everybody's tongue, bro,
And
and
it's just
everybody's
like,
mind.
and I mean, like, I respect it because again, in content creation, that is the goal.
That is the goal.
The goal is to,
Strike fear.
it's like Joker said, either, die as a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
Heath Ledger said that.
Yeah.
Did he though?
In the Joker movie, and not the Joker movie, in
Mm.
Batman Dark Knight. This guy is really just saying shit that, like, not that you should already know. Well, yeah, that you should already
Nah, he's
know.
saying shit that people are thinking about. He's saying shit that people are thinking about. Maybe not everybody's thinking about it in the right way that he's saying it, but he's saying shit that people are thinking about. And
Absolutely.
he's saying shit that people are thinking about at a constant rate.
Mhm.
Because if he wasn't, then he wouldn't still be being talked about.
I'm really interested to hear what he has to say when he's done. I mean, obviously you've had people talking for him. Him and his brother kept saying like they've were being, discriminated against and wrongfully charged. And then I know when he came out, like there was this video of him walking back and forth, and then he said, when I was in jail, the one thing I did was work out and study the Quran. And so now that I'm out, I'm gonna work out and study the Quran. And I'm just like, that's cool. I didn't know a nigga was Muslim, but I guess he Muslim now and shit.
I think one of the bigger issues is that there's a picture that came out of them kissing and they're brothers.
They were what? There was probably some AI shit, bro. You can't trust all the pictures you see on socials now.
I don't know. I saw it.
I saw Donald Trump in a fucking jumpsuit with like they took his whatchamacallit, his mugshot.
Yeah, but I saw the Tate brothers kissing.
All right. Do you know if it was, where did you see it from? Was it a credible source?
Yeah.
What was it?
Wikipedia.
All right, yeah, that's the most uncredible source ever, bro.
That's where I get all of my information.
If you're getting your information from Wikipedia, I want to apologize to all of our fans who have listened to us and taken anything that this man has said and taken it as face value, because if you really got it from Wikipedia, you're fucked.
And you know who's coming out with a comeback?
Who?
Lindsey Lohan.
A comeback doing what? Acting?
Herbie, too.
Oh
Why is that funny,
shit.
bro? She was a good actress.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it a bean.
I mean, that whole situation
If
with her
that's
getting
what you
pulled over and getting a DUI, that was bullshit.
if that's what you coming back with, stay gone, my nigga. We don't want that shit.
No, no, no. Herbie 2 needs to come out.
Why the fuck do I give a fuck about a Beetle car?
Think about it, bro. It's gonna be better than the Bumblebee movie.
Oh, okay. So, this garbage is a little bit stinkier than this garbage.
Don't
Fuck.
be rude, bro. Don't
It's
be rude. This is her comeback. If this was your comeback, I'd support you.
yeah. Okay. And if it was trash, because I was, if my comeback was in fucking Herbie too, you know what I'd expect you to do? Sit in on this microphone and say, "Yo, ISO, this little garbage is less stinky than this garbage, but it's still fucking trash."
I'm not gonna lie to you. If you were in Herbie 2, you'd be the voiceover for the car.
Mm, I don't like that.
I think you would.
I'm
I
not a
think you would.
fan.
Well, no, I mean you'd be the voiceover for the car because I'm giving you that element of being a main person in the movie, being a protagonist,
Mm,
because it's the car, and then it's the person driving the car,
and that's it.
and that's it. So I was trying
Can
to
I
give
be
you a
the I
lead
wanna be the
role.
villain, the driver that has, like, the really fast car that, like, is gonna, like, beat Herbie, but it's, like, some hair in the fucking turtle type shit, so motherfucker just stops halfway through the race and takes a nap, and then Shorty goes by him because slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
First of all, that is a stupid fucking story,
Why?
alright?
Why would you say that?
That's a dumbass
I grew up
story.
on that story.
Yeah, and we grew up with some fucking stupidity. First of all, the hair, right?
Yeah.
No, whoever is stupid enough to not finish the race, but to stop halfway because you're up so far, why would you not take a nap at the finish line? That's more of an asshole move to do than to be up halfway and then say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a nap here,"
That
and let the
sounds like you
turtle.
playing basketball, though.
Like, what the fuck? Huh?
That sounds like you playing basketball, though.
Absolutely
You
not.
said I'm up 50 points. Might as well just wait for everybody else to get down there, and then I'll make my way down there.
Hey man, that's
That's the
crazy.
same thing, though, right?
Nah, shit. You put
It
the
absolutely is.
it's the bench in. They better play hard too.
All I know is that that hair was probably on cocaine,
That
and
cocaine ward off.
and the turtle was probably smoking a little bit of weed.
Mm.
And really, this was probably a drug story.
Mm.
And then the lion, the D.A.R.E lion, came out afterwards.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
The
So
dare lion. We let that nigga down so much. Like I know I did.
why did they choose a lion? I think there would have been a better representation for drug awareness than a lion. Like I feel like lion shows strength
Mm.
in your pride
But that's why they said dare.
and
You were daring. You were being bold.
power
Hmm.
and no
It
vulnerability.
takes power to say no to drugs.
Yeah,
Actually, you know what's
but think about it though. Think about it. Think about it. Wouldn't you want like the cockroach to be the spokesperson for or spokes
abso-fucking-lutely not.
insect to be for dare?
No.
Why not? Why I think the cockroach. I think the cockroach is not only indestructible, but they will literally eat anything. And you never see them during the daytime. And I feel like that's a lot of people that are doing drugs.
Mm. So wouldn't you want to have something that's the opposite of that, which would
No,
be the lion?
no,
You
because
want to show them what drugs would do
no,
to him, huh?
no, 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 no. Show them what drugs will do to them, and then the cockroach resembles security because you're just not going to die if
Fucking
you're not doing
dumb.
drugs.
That
You know what I
that
mean?
doesn't
You
make
won't
no
die
sense.
if you don't do drugs, and then you will become the cockroach.
You know what else was bullshit that they told us? Because they told us this in the dare shit.
Love how you disregard that.
Yeah, no, because that's fucking
No,
ridiculous.
I
That
appreciated it.
they used to tell motherfuckers like people would just give you drugs and shit and be
Yeah,
like, "Here, try this.
yeah.
You want these drugs for free?"
Nobody's ever given me free drugs.
Bro, not even one time.
Never.
Like
You got to
the
pay
only
for it.
times is that like maybe a homie might spark you up on a blunt or something. And
Yeah,
then like even then he's expecting that next time y'all smoke that you have the blunt and you spark him up. So
yeah,
it's not even really for free.
yeah. It's never for free.
That's actually kind of rude, I think. I mean, like, to send me off like that,
Yeah,
I wasn't a fan. And like, I'll be honest, like I would have liked some free drugs. Like if I did drugs, I would like it for free. I wouldn't like to have to pay. It's like when you're at the grocery store and like there's a long ass line. Like that shit pisses me off more than anything else.
right.
Because now I have to stand in a line and wait to pay you money. That's ridiculous. I
Right.
don't understand.
No, I definitely understand. I definitely understand because I was 6th grade sitting in this mandatory auditorium speech of this dare lion and these 4 people singing and chanting about daring to stay off drugs. And I'm thinking in my head, the only things that I want right now is like a soda and a hand job.
Mm,
So I'm thinking
absolutely.
like if they can do this for me, then I'll stop doing drugs.
Absolutely.
But I've never done drugs to that extent.
Mm,
But I was thinking in my head, I would stop and not do them if I just got these 2 things.
soda and hand.
But I never
Did you ever
received
get the soda and the handy?
I never received the hand job.
The soda they gave you, but not the handy.
They gave me sugar, which is another drug.
Caffeine. Did they give you a little caffeine?
Those are 2 drugs actually.
Oh yeah, so they gave you 2 drugs, and they telling us to dare to stay off of it. What the
Off
fuck
the
do they
drugs,
want,
off the
bro?
drugs. Yeah, no, that counts. They'll give me a handy, no problem.
Oh, that's awesome.
Handy pandy, nice slow dry one.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. I would like to say, I would like to propose a toast.
Toast. I don't even have
Yeah.
anything in this cup.
Oh, I'd like to propose a toast to a dose of reality. Cause fuck all you other content creators. Fuck y'all, man. Mm. But no, for real though. I'm just excited. We have a lot of new shit coming.
Yep.
We got a lot of new interviews coming.
Aaron's getting some new glasses,
I'm getting some new
some
glasses,
real ones.
some real ones. Um, yeah, hey man,
Can we can we take a second here? I know that everybody that watches these episodes and has been following us for the last year has seen your progression, and I don't think we've ever really noted it on the podcast. So I just want to take a second here, bro, to just as much as I know that everybody else sees it, just to tell you that I'm proud of you, bro. Of
oh, I appreciate you, man. I
course,
definitely
bro. Of
appreciate that.
course.
Uh, and honestly, bro, I wouldn't have been able to do it without my boy, bro. You helped me, you pushed me, and
Yeah.
I really
All
thank
those
you for
back
that.
rubs.
I see, always got to take it too far. Always got to take it too far. And
Don't act like you didn't enjoy them. Go ahead.
for my special person out there, I know you're watching. Let's get it.
There's one more thing that I wanted to end with before we sign out today. Aaron, can you tell me what letter comes after B?
See?
You're right, and it's April, and it's C-section Awareness Month. I'd like to just say be aware that if you have unprotected sex and you have a child, there is a chance that you'll have a C-section. Have a good night, everybody. See you later. This has been a dose of reality. Blake Steele.
Good ISO.
Love you guys. Bye.
Deuces.